Hello guys, so in this video we are going to explore how to build a dynamic UI based on state. So we will show the icons whenever the text field is not blank. So let's start. So our in screen file we are going to create a state for icons that hold the currently selected icons. So let's do that. And we are going to use the remember function same as above to hold the hold the state of the icon, and we are going to pass the function mutable state of again, and inside this we are going to pass the default icon. So to do icons dot default, yeah, let's move it back a little bit so I can put together in one line. We need another value for icon visibility. So if there is no text, the icon will be invisible, and if we have written something in the text field, only then the icons will be shown. So let's call, not here, value icon visible, and we need to check it on the text, so is not blank. And yeah, so we have created these two value for our icons. Now we need some components for our icons, like a selectable button and a row for icons where we will put our icons in a row. So let's go to the component file and let's create our button, our selectable button first. So add composable function, selectable button, and we need some parameters for our button. So the first parameter is going to be the icon, and we need to provide the type of icon, so that's going to be image vector. The second parameter is going to be a content description for icon, so let's do that. At string res icon content description, which is going to be of type int because we are putting it in a resource file. Third parameter is going to be a function for item selection, so let's call it on icon selected, and we are going to pass it as an empty function for now. Later we will define the function accordingly. Oh. And the fourth parameter is going to be a boolean to save the selection state, so is selected of type boolean, and last parameter is going to be our modifier. And yeah, that's it for the for the parameters. Now we will define the inner items for our selectable button. So let's create a tint value. So if the icon is selected, let's call it selected, then the value is going to be a primary color. So let's assign it by using the material theme. So material theme dot colors dot primary else. So if the button is not selected, then we will just provide a, color of 0.6 f. So let's do that. Material theme dot colors dot on surface dot copy 0.6 f, and that's it for the selected and non-selected icons. Look like there is something wrong in our code. I guess we need to provide here the equals button now. So it was something, maybe I did not typed correctly, so that's why it was showing error. Then we also need a button, so let's create our button. So after this block we need to create a button. So for button, let's use this one, and for on click we are just going to simply pass the on icon selected function. So let's do that. Oh, it has removed the curly braces. So on icon selected, and let's provide it a shape. So no, something that I missed. On clicked. Okay, we need to put a comma here, and then let's provide the shape, and let's give it a rectangular shape. So rectangle shape, and let's also provide the modifier. So modifier equals modifier, and yeah, these are the parameters for button. Now let's insert our icons in this button. So after the curly braces we need to provide the definition for icons. So let's select the icon, and we are going to choose this one, image vector. So for image vector we are just going to provide the icon value that we created earlier, this one. And for content description we need to again provide the string resources, and it's always kind of, where did it go? Yeah, this one, string resources with id, and we are going to pass the id as an icon content description. And yeah, that's it for the icon. Let's break it down a bit so it will be easy to read. Now what we need is a way to underline the selected button, so it will be easier to identify which button we have selected. So let's do that. So let's make a if statement, if else statement. So if is selected, we will just put a box. It will be a line, but we are going to use box, and we will just kind of, we won't give it a too big height, so it will look like a box. So for box we need some modifier. So let's give its properties. So padding, and let's give a padding of top of 3 dp, and for what, for width we need to give it default width, so we can use the icon default width. And for height, as I mentioned earlier, we won't give it too much of a height, so it will look like a line, so give it just a 1 dp. And for background we are going to use the tint color. Let's pass the tint, and these are all the properties for a selected box. For unselected box, the rest of the box, no, not the box, the rest of the icons, we are just going to provide a spacer, so it won't show anything at all. So spacer, and let's give it a height of 4 dp. So modifier, modifier modified at height of 4 dp. And yeah, our selectable button is ready. And again it throwing me some error, so it must be some kind of typo here and there, so need to find out where is the typo. Let's see if it's here. Spacer modifier dot height 4 dot dp. So I'm gonna come back later to see where I'm getting this error, because I am unable to identify it. So I will be back in a moment. So seems like there was not a problem at all. I just did this. I just cut it and paste it back, and it was working fine. So sometimes maybe it's taking a bit long to fetch all the items, that's why it's throwing the error even when you type everything correctly. So that was the selectable icon button. Now let's make a row where we can put out our icons. So let's define another composable function for our icon row. So add composable function icon row. Let's give it some parameters. First parameter is going to be the icon of type to do icons. Second is going to be a function for icon selection or icon change. So let's call it on icon change. And let's pass our to do icon or icons and make pass the lambda function, make it unit, and let's declare our third parameter modifier equals modifier, and yeah, we left the n here, and so inside the icon row function we need to create a row. So let's create it, row, and let's pass the modifier, and inside row we are going to loop all our icons in a for loop. So let's do that. For to do icons in, we are going to pass the to do icons dot values, and let's pass our selectable, let's call our selectable button here. So selectable button, and let's assign the icon to do icons dot image vector. For icon content description we need to pass the same. So to do icons dot content description, and on icon selected we are going to pass the on icon change function. So let's do that. On icon change, and we need to pass the icons, to do icons, and for is selected we are going to assign it to do icons equals icon, and our icon row is ready. So the app is about to launch, and yeah, it has launched. So let's see if it's working as it's supposed to be. So yeah, it's working, but the underline position is not correct. So I need to see, because it is supposed to be down the icons and not besides it. So I'm gonna check it where it went wrong, and then I will come back later. So guys, I have pinpointed the issue where I did wrong. Forgot to put a column here before the icon, so that's why it was missing the box or the underline. It was missing inside this row because I did not separate it from the icon row. So make sure to put a column and a curly brace here, and put another curly brace here. Yeah, let's see if it's running properly. Icon if else. So in column how many we have? Okay, until the spacer. So it's running properly here. So just make sure to put a column and a curly brace here, and curly brace after this spacer here. So let's see it's working or not. So if we select this and add, so it's not adding the selected icon, and that's because we have not updated our button, the add button. We need to pass the icons, the selected icons. So let's do that. So we need to go to our edit button, and here we need to pass the icons as well. So icon, and we also need to pass the set icons function. So let's do that. Icon, and pass the to icons dot default value, and that's it. Now if we run the app, we will be able to save the selected icons as well as. So let's see if it's working or not. So let's type something, and let's select this one and add. So yeah, it's working fine.